everyone, this is Gustavo again. Today I'm interviewing a good friend of mine. He's from Ecuador.
Hey guys, I'm Luis from Ecuador.
Luis, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I'm Luis, as I said. I'm from Ecuador, from Quito, the capital city. I moved to Canada, I will say now it's like 3.5 years ago. Why I moved here? I guess I was like stuck or done in Ecuador, so I just decided to find a way to start from scratch, right? So
and this is how long ago?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. Okay.
It's gonna be like 4 years in October this year, and basically I have a friend that used to live in Vancouver, and he moves here like 10 years ago, and he always was telling me every year that since he moved here, like, hey buddy, just save some money and come to Canada. And then I remember that day that it's like, okay, it's now or never. So I applied to come to Canada. As you know, most of you guys, the easy ways to immigrate to Canada is just studying, and then you will find a path to stay here.
So sort of going back a little bit, what do you used to do back in Ecuador?
I have my background is that basically I'm a food engineering, and then I have a master's degree on management, and I did this in Argentina. I never work in this field, to be honest. I've been working like in the business consultant field. I've been working in construction because my dad has a company with doing contract with the government. And then at some point I just started my own businesses doing like vegan products, sausages and patties.
Yeah.
That was like my last job experience. But then it was a little bit hard when you try to run your own businesses. It's super tough. It's gonna take some years to get to the even point. But I found this chance to move to Canada, and I just go for it, all in.
So you went from Ecuador straight to here, or you say you moved somewhere else first?
No. I came just straightforward to Vancouver. I never, I will say, do my homework to research. It was expensive city. How it's gonna be. How's the weather? Nothing. I only knew that I have a friend that lives in Vancouver, and I say, hey buddy, I will be with you in 4 months. Okay.
Did you come with some English or absolutely nothing?
To be honest, I believe I have a good English. No, not a great one, but that's why my first step was like doing like 2 months of English here, and then start at college. So with that, I believe I was able to improve a lot.
All right. Right. So you decided to come to Vancouver. Did you come with like as a student or as a visitor?
No, I came as a student. So I have to apply everything back home, and that took me around like 4 months. So everything was straightforward. Okay. Because when I apply, well, I will say 4 months because it took me like 1 month to go to the agency. They gave me a list for all the paper stuff that I need. That took me 1 month, and then the process to get approval, the visa and everything was like around like 2.5 months.
That's actually pretty fast. I would say, because it's just based on not just me but also from other people, easily a year, right? Like, because some countries obviously request more documents or or you know, so that's good for you.
Yeah, it was really cool. So I came as under a student visa with a call permit, because after my English course that was 2 months, I started my college. I did a diploma on business administration, and it took me 2 years. First year, as most of you guys know, first year is gonna be academic, and the second year is like a call portion. The crazy thing about this is I came in just before COVID. So I landed in 2019. I started my college around like January 3rd. I only did 1 term on person on campus, and then COVID happened. Everything was locked down.
Everything was shut down.
So it was super hard because finding a job, all my money, my savings was running out. Right. So you struggle a lot. Even though that I was living with my friend, we can share the budget, but it's too much. Right. I didn't realize that Vancouver is gonna be so expensive. So then I was trying to find a job. My first chance was in the Rogers Arena. COVID happened, so I was hired, but I didn't have the chance to work there.
What did you do there?
They hired me for like a graveyard shift, so it was mostly like cleaning after every event. And then I have a friend on my college, and he was working as a security guard. And then he told me, Safeway, there are opening positions, so maybe you should apply. And I said, yes, why not? I just need money to pay my bills.
Right.
So I applied, and then they hired me, as simple as that. It was like, okay, because they were needing people. I remember the first day I was just cleaning the trolleys and sanitizing hands. And then my manager told me, oh, you know what? I like your attitude, so maybe do you want to be like a supervisor? Just on the first day. And I say,
wow.
I say, yeah, why not? Safeway was responsible for giving me the experience to become a resident.
Right.
Because most likely when COVID was happening, the government just launched a pilot program for all the people that we were like trapped here.
Okay.
Because the border was closed and everything.
Yeah.
So they said, if you have like 1 year of experience on first line jobs like grocery stores, cashiers, something like that, you can apply for a pilot program and be a resident.
Okay.
So I did have my 1 year there, so I applied. After like 1 year and a half, I got my resident.
That's awesome. You mentioned that you have an engineering degree, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel graduating with an engineering degree, moving out of your country and having to work something that is not related to what you study?
I always found that this is the most funny part of life, because when you find something that is challenging for you, that will become your gas, your fuel to do more stuff. For me, it was never like, oh, I'm an engineer, I have to work in the engineering field. Other than that, I won't be happy. No, for me, I've been always open since I was a child. It's like, that's why I told you before, I never worked on my degree career. I've been working in other stuff, random stuff, but so for me, it wasn't like hard to came here and start in a grocery store, then found a job in the education field. Became an instructor, and then being promoted and being a program coordinator. So something that never passed through my mind. But nowadays I'm just enjoying like working in the education field.
Where are you currently working right now?
Currently I'm working at International College for international students. The name is ILAC. It's located in downtown. We also have this college in Toronto. And it's been great because I can meet a lot of people from all around the world. My purpose of life is just help people. And in this kind of job is when you can help as much as they can. Because they always came with, could be questions related about school or life or how to move into Vancouver, or sometimes immigration things that I know a little bit. I will never say you should do this. I always advise. But when it works, it's like, it's amazing that somebody just came to you and say, oh, thank you for your support and help. Yeah. So awesome. I mean, that's worth it, 100%.
That's awesome. Luis, how do you like in Vancouver? It's been almost 4 years.
Yes. So I will say I love this place so much. I can call it home, because it reminds me a lot of Quito, because we are surrounded by mountains. The plus here is we have the beach and the weather is pretty nice in summer. I also love it in winter, it's not so bad, but I love this place, even though that is expensive. But to be honest, if you work hard and you find a way, you can enjoy it as much as you can. We are now in Olympic Village. I live close by here, just like 5 minutes walking, Falls Creek to the Canby Bridge. This is a really nice area. We have some bars, breweries around here. We have like the SkyTrain, Canada Line, and it's pretty chill, to be honest. It's not so noisy. The place that I live, I share with my roommate. She's amazing, and I believe that's the best way to live here in Vancouver when you're doing your way, sharing.
How is the community living here in Olympic Village?
People are friendly, they are nice, but I cannot say that we are like into community, as I can say like a background. South American background is like your neighbors, they always come and talk to you. I believe that the North American culture is like a little bit cold. It takes time to then to trust you. So it's both sides, right? You have to approach them and they also have to approach you, and then you will create this bond, and then maybe you will have a friendship. But it's tough. I will say that it's easier when you try to make friendship with your background nationality. Let's say Latin American people, for me, it's like super simple. but trying to have like a Canadian friends. It took me a while, but I have Canadian friends now.
How's the South American or Latin community in Olympic Village? Is there any at all, or specifically maybe from Ecuador?
To be honest, Ecuadorian people, I didn't met like around here. The Ecuadorian people that I met, it's because of my job, my college. So when I saw that they're Ecuadorian students and sometimes they came to me asking questions, I recognized by the accent and I say, oh, you're from Ecuador. So that's how I met Ecuadorian friends. But then in Olympic Village, you most likely will see that we are a bunch of everything, because you can see Asian people, European people, North American people, and South America. So we have a mix, but you cannot say that we have like a community of, I don't know, certain nationality. We found everything here.
How do you finding living here? Is it other than the expenses? Like, is it nice to live here? Do you recommend this place to others?
Oh yeah, I mean, I will say definitely. I mean, if you can live around Olympic Village, it's super beautiful. First of all, the location, you have access to SkyTrain buses and you are so close to downtown, so that's a plus. Second thing, this neighborhood is so peaceful. You don't suffer with I will say the bad part of the first world issues, that is like mental health or homeless people. They are not close by here. To be honest, on the summer, as you can see, this is a beautiful place. I believe this is people's choice number one to move in on summer. So if you can afford living here or find someone that will move and share with you an apartment, it's like, just go for it.
Luis, how's work these days?
To be honest, it's been great. I cannot complain. My journey through the company that I'm working now was amazing. I did my co-op around there. Then I was able to apply for my residence so they can hire me. Then I was trying to get new positions. For that, I became an instructor. So that was a really good thing, changing lives and sharing the knowledge with people. And after that, I just became the program coordinator, as I told before. So far, I will say this is a nice place to work. In terms of money, I will say that I'm doing what an average like Canadian is doing. So okay. I cannot say that it's going bad. Mm-hmm. But you know that you always want something else in your life, mm-hmm. and you want to have more goals. One of the things that are my goals for me is if I can stay in this company, will be like to be like a VP of operations. That will be what I want to do. If not, I also have plans for like starting my own businesses. Right. I have some ideas with my friend that is living in Montreal that we want to do like something related about like clothes or as well food. We're trying to do like sausage or patties. Could be vegans or could be as well like normal things. So that's awesome. So no engineering anymore. No. Engineering for me is just for the picture and that's it. Okay. Yeah. Right. No, not at all. Right. What else? And then to be honest, I don't know if I want to buy a house or an apartment. That will be with the time, but for now there's no need. Yeah. The money that I can spend on that I'm spending now traveling outside, going visit family, going visiting friends. Next year I'm trying to go either Japan or either go to Europe. That's places that I always been want to go. Right. But other than that, I will say I'm having peace. That's what I've been looking for so long. Mm-hmm. I have to sacrifice a lot and lose a lot in order to win all these things that I have now. Yeah, it's such a relief now. Right. When you achieve the first step in Canada, that's getting the PR thing is. I always say you can sleep well now. Right. It's like one thing less that you have to worry about. Yeah. Citizenship will become with time, and that's it. But yeah, it's really the PR status something very important for you, or are you someone that it doesn't matter, I can always go somewhere else, To be honest, the PR status doesn't matter much. Since I was a kid, I always say that I want to live abroad. I achieved that now. One of my also plans, like as a human being, is if I can live in another country for one more year, that will be amazing. But always you have to find a place that you can called HQ.
Right.
So you can always
come back.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And I will say that Canada is one of the best places to call HQ.
Awesome.
So that's what I want to do. I have the chance to go to Australia. That is what I'm looking for working 1 year and then come back. Yeah. If not, it doesn't matter. It's all good now.
Tell me a little bit about your culture, specifically from Ecuador. Do you miss your country? Do you miss the food back from home?
You will always be missing like your family, your friends, the human touch, because that's such a big difference between North American culture and South American.
Right.
I miss them a lot. I know that I'm better here in everything, to be honest. Missing the food, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Every time that I go there, it's like I want to eat as much as I can.
Okay, let's make it clear.
Yeah.
Food in Ecuador is not tacos or burritos. Let's just make it clear for everyone that's watching this. So what do you guys have in Ecuador?
Okay, so yeah, as you say, we are Latin American, but we are not burritos or tacos. No. For example, our main dishes that we have, I will say my favorite ones is like a fritada, that is basically fried pork with a kind of corn that we call mote, with some fries and fried corn as well. What else? That will be like from the highlands that I love it. Okay. From the
how do you call this?
Fritada.
Oh, fritada.
Yeah, and I will say for the lowland, the beach, we have the ceviche. No, the Peruvian one. Okay. We have the Ecuadorian one that is like a cold soup. That's so delicious. But also we have encebollado, that is like a warm soup with onions and a special fish called albacora.
Wow.
So it's so delicious. For hangover, it's the best.
For hangover, okay.
Yeah, but that are the main things that we have. And then we have like every country a variety of dishes. But yeah, you miss a lot. And every trip that I go back to Ecuador, I always bring one case with all the product that I can have it.
Right. How do you make yourself food from Ecuador?
Yeah. To be honest, the one advice for all the people that are watching this video is like, if you want to save money, you should cook by yourself here. And then I cook most of the time on the weekends, like Ecuadorian food for me, because I love it and it's so super tasty. Sometimes I invite friends, I cook for them so they can try something different. Yeah. But yeah, I try to cook as much as I can. I was talking the other day with my mom, asking like, hey, how's the recipe for this soup? I want to do it. Yeah. And she was explaining. So I'm gonna do maybe this weekend.
Nice. Is there a lot of people from Ecuador here in Vancouver?
If I take the data from my school, I will say no, we're not. But it's increasing. It's increasing. I can see.
Where does the majority of people from Ecuador normally immigrate?
I will say the States more.
Okay.
But if you are talking about Canada, I will say Toronto.
Right.
I know that in Toronto there's a lot of Ecuadorian people.
Yeah, I think Ontario, there's a huge population of pretty much any nationality, right?
Oh, yeah.
Compared to other provinces.
Oh yeah. And the one thing that I know is like they have a Ecuadorian restaurant there.
So how about here?
No,
not even one.
No, not even one. I tried to find something, but no.
So you guys just gotta make it at home.
Yeah.
So now you got the PR. You have a stable job. You live in one of the best cities in the world, right? Summer is coming up.
Oh yeah.
Pretty soon. How things in life these days?
I think I told you this before, but in order to have what I have now, I have to sacrifice like a lot of things, like love, girlfriend, family, everything. But at some point, it's like everybody was asking me, like, if you have the chance to go back in time and make this decision again, will you do it? And I always say yes, 100%.
100%?
100%. I will make the same decision. I will take the same decision. It's like, this is worth it. This is 100% worth it. You evolve and improve as a human being.
Would you recommend Vancouver to people from Ecuador?
I will say yes, but also I will always say before coming to Canada, you should have a plan. That's something that I didn't do.
You didn't have.
I just came like South American, only with this trend, and that's it. But to be honest, you have to be smart. So if you want to come with your family, immigrate with children and everything, you should try to find cities that has like programs for bring family, and then you can become PR easily. I will say Toronto or Vancouver are cities for single persons. I will say, because it's easy to, you can fit here, but sometimes for people that are married, you have your kids, so to afford a house or an apartment, you have to go far from here. I will recommend for all the people that want to have a new experience, open their mind, think out of the box. Yeah, totally, Vancouver is a good place.
Awesome. Are you able to give me maybe 3 things that you like and don't like about Vancouver?
Okay, Vancouver, I love the landscape of the nature, one of the best thing. I love how clean is this city. From my perspective, it's so clean. And another thing that I love it is public transit. It's like, for me, it's amazing. All my life I've been using a car, but since I moved here, I don't need it. And to be honest, if I'm gonna buy a car, it's not gonna be this year. It could be like maybe 2 years from now. So there's no need. The things that I don't like, first thing first, I will say people are closing their bubbles, so they are not so open like other cultures to make friends. Because of living on terms of housing, we spend too much money on rent, but sometimes it's worth it. The other thing that I don't like much is like the mental health situation and homeless people, because it's not that I'm against there, is I'm concerned about that the government is not doing something enough. Because it's like probably they bring ideas or try to do something, but they cannot find a solution, and they just going around
in circles.
So like but I will say that those are the things.
Cool, Luis. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. We just wanted to learn about how a guy from Ecuador living in Vancouver, Canada. Seems like you're enjoying your time here, and you definitely recommend people from your country to come over. So yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Anytime, Gustavo. It was always a pleasure since I met you. I know that you're gonna be my friend forever, so anything that you need, I'm super happy to share with you and make your channel grow up. So please guys, subscribe.
All right, thanks so much guys.